Hey guys, good evening and welcome to this evening's second Quiz Your Biz live. We decided because it's the end of September, why not? Let's just do two in one night. So we have the wonderful Alison Mead, or Ali Mead, who will be joining us very soon. I've tagged her in it and I'm just going to wait for people to come online. I'm going to wait for Ali to get here. And then we will begin with this evening's episode of Quiz Your Biz. Remember, you can catch all previous episodes and such on quizyourbiz.com, which is our special website. So, Ali, I can see you are watching. Let's see if we can get you on. Hey, guys. Oh, look, I can wave at people. How cool is that? I can wave at you. Pressing a button. I don't really know what comes up on your screens. It comes up with a little... Ooh. Oh, that's Ali has requested. Hey Duncan, how are you? Howdy doody. So, right, Ali. Oh, I just had a request of Ali and it's gone. Where are you? Top as well. So it doesn't... Oh, here we go. Right, just a big hand and Rachel waving at you. Excellent. Hey, Ali.
Hello.
Oh, you're very quiet. How are you this evening?
Hang on, I've just got to work with the technology. Is that any better?
That seems good to me.
Good.
There, that's good. There we go. Beautiful, beautifully done. Okay, so I'm just going to start with for the sake of the podcast, I'm going to start with the official introduction, and then we'll rock right into it and find out a little bit more about you and what you do, if that's all good with you.
That's all good with me.
Awesome. Okay. Welcome to Quiz Your Biz. This is the weekly show where we quiz someone and find out all about their experience and business. As always, it's not just about the people who see this, but the people they might know and their personal network. So this week I'll be interviewing the lovely Ali about your business, Silicon Bullet, and we'll maybe be talking a little bit about 4N as well. If anyone would like to find any previous videos since we started in May, please pop along to quizyourbiz.com or visit the link in the description, which I hope we remember to pop in. So welcome, Ali. How are you today?
I am good, thank you, Rachel. It's been a busy old day.
Same here. Very, been quite a long day over this end.
Yeah, I got up early this morning for the second launch of 4 Networking Corby and haven't really stopped since then.
Oh, bless you. Well, hopefully this will be the last task of your day, or last thing. It's not so much a task. Last thing of the day, and then you can kick back and chill.
Yeah, that's the one. Definitely get that gin ready.
Perfect. Okay, so do you want to tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do? We'd love to hear a little bit about Silicon Bullet and a little bit about 4 Networking as well.
Okie dokie. Well, my business, Silicon Bullet, has been going since 2000, and it's myself and my husband, Paul. We are an IT services company, which is what Paul does. So he looks after people's computers, looks after when they get the blue screen of death and fixes stuff. And I am the singing sage lady. So I help people with their bookkeeping and accounts, and specialise in helping people with Sage and Xero. And we work really well together in the fact that I leave them in the office doing the work, and I go out and about and see people and do all that. So it works really well together. And that is one of the reasons why I joined a networking group as well, and joined 4 Networking, so that you know, when you work with your husband and with your partner, you kind of need to get out. So that's what I did.
Yeah, I can imagine. So that's awesome. And tell us a little bit more about this 4 Networking thing, though. So we've got some viewers on here that are not members and have possibly never heard of it before.
Okay, well, I'd been networking for quite a while, and I visited 4 Networking about 3 or 4 years ago. But at the time, I was still a school-run mum, and I thought that it was mainly breakfast meetings, and that was something that I couldn't do. About 18 months ago, my daughter passed her driving test, and I was
Yay.
finally free. So I feel like, hurrah! So it meant that I was then I was free to go out to meetings, and a lady that I'd met, Heidi Chaplin, had remembered me saying that about networking, about what I planned to do. She kept in touch, and she invited me along to a meeting at Olney, and I went along there and joined up at that meeting. I very quickly became a team member at that first meeting. I completely blame Aruna Rao and Heidi Chaplin for that.
Blame, love it.
Blame, yes, they saw either mug or joiner written across my head, and I became an entry-level job in 4N, which a lot of people start off with. I became a visitor coordinator. So that basically meant for the meetings that you rang up the people that were visiting the meeting, you welcomed them to it and explained a bit about 4N. I can remember going for a walk in the woods with Kelly Dawn, walking our dogs, and she was a team member at Milton Keynes Lunch, and I'd been invited to be this team member at Olney, and just going, oh, I don't know if I've got time to do this. I really don't know if it's the right thing for me. And I can remember her saying, well, try it. What have you got to lose? It's like, okay, then I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 weeks later, I became an area leader because Heidi was promoted to a regional leader. So she was like, I see potential there.
That's quite a rank, isn't it, area leader, especially in that short period of time.
Yeah, it is. But I know some people that step straight into that role as well. So as long as you've got good
Oh,
support,
yeah.
as long as you've got good support with other team members, then it's not that difficult. And I did that role for a year, launched a couple of meetings at Milton Keynes in the evening and at Toaster at lunchtime, with some support of some great teams and great people that I'd met through 4N and got involved. So people like Duncan Price and Margaret Shepherd had joined at my meetings, and I obviously saw mug written on their foreheads and got them involved in teams. So got them
Nice.
all involved. And then in May, I became a regional leader. So that then means it's the next step up. I don't really have anywhere to go now yet because I don't think Michael Nagels is planning to step down anytime soon. But I'm now really enjoying helping teams, helping people get the most out of the networking, and launching new groups as well. So there you go.
That's brilliant. Thank you. We've had a request off Dan for you to
Yep.
sing. So often at these networking meetings, for those of you watching, Ali will often burst into song. She's got a beautiful voice. I think Duncan said that's me. I'm guessing that's one of the mugs that you wrote in.
Yes.
But anyway, we would love to hear you. Do you have anything prepared?
I can sing, so I will quite often, instead of speaking my 40-second pitch, I will sing it instead. So
Okay.
I have a few just little snippets of songs that I've changed. So hang on, I just need to compose myself for a moment and think. Hang on a second.
You do what you need to do.
Yeah. I'll do the one I did this morning. First I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I couldn't do my books without you by my side. And then I spent so many years just thinking how I did it wrong. And I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. So there you go.
Aha, that's brilliant. I feel like a round of applause is needed there.
I keep it to small snippets, it's easier that way.
Yeah, excellent. So what got you singing at so for those of you that haven't been to a 4N meeting before, it's our business networking group. And part of it, you get 40 seconds to introduce to the room what it is you do. So what is it that got you into singing your 40 seconds then? Where did that idea come from? Because it really stands out, makes you very memorable.
Yeah. Well, I've basically been singing has been my hobby all my life. So when I was born, I was the youngest of 5 children, and my mum needed to get out more. She needed a hobby. So she started singing. So all my life, I knew that every Monday night my mum was out, and she was out at choir, and that's what she did every Monday. when I was 5 years old, she started to take me along to the Christmas concerts and things. And they needed somebody to, they wanted to get the children in the audience to get up and sing Away in a Manger. So I was basically prepped for that and pre-trained so that they always knew some child would get up and sing Away in a Manger. That used to be in a hall in Heswall on the Wirral, where I'm from, that used to be full of several hundred people. So that's where the singing started, kept on all my life. And it just seemed the natural thing to do when I'm talking about my business. It kind of goes well because I do Sage 50, Sage Accounts, to be the singing Sage lady. And I think I started off doing a 12 Days of Christmas one, all about IT. I'll have to look that out to do for this Christmas again, and moved on from there. So yeah, I'm doing the Foresight at which is basically a 20-minute talk.
What's a Foresight? What's a Foresight?
Yes, a Foresight is basically just a 20-minute talk at the meetings, which is showing, gives you a chance for a member to show an area of expertise or something interesting, something that you're passionate about, and to talk at the meetings. So it's kind of it's a really good introduction to be able to do public speaking, but in a kind of a sheltered environment with a small group of supportive people. So when you join Foren, you get the opportunity to be the speaker at different meetings. So I'm travelling on Monday to Dunchurch lunch, and I'm going to do my singing bookkeeping Foresight. So I'll do a bit of a chat about me and about my background, and then introduce each section of my talk with a little snippet of song. So I shall save those ones for the people that come and see me live.
Awesome. We look forward to it. Okay, cool. So we're going to loop back round to Silicon Bullet. And next question for you is, why did you start? What got you into bookkeeping?
I've always liked maths. I've been one of those weirdos. Loved algebra, loved maths, loved all of that. So when I'd finished doing my degree, I did maths and computer science. I decided to go into accounting. So went and worked at an accountancy firm and realised that, apologies to any accountants online now, all the accountants were miserable. They really were. They weren't enjoying their jobs. They weren't very happy. So I very quickly, I did the training for the year and then I left, and I went and worked at a company. Paul, by then, I met Paul at university. He did an IT degree. We'd got married. He was working at a small IT company, and they needed somebody to come in on their Sage software and type in all the invoices and do the other admin. And they were a bit reluctant to employ me, being one of their staff members' wives. They didn't want us to have domestics and so a little bit reluctant, but they gave me a go and they taught me how to be a bookkeeper in Sage software. So I had the technical expertise from my year at the accountancy firm, and they taught me how to use Sage 50. And then Paul and I moved down to Northamptonshire in 1999. Gosh, how long ago is that now? We had a 3-year-old, and I was expecting our second child then, and that was when we broke out and set up our own business. So it was very much on the model of the company we'd both worked for in Coventry, and that was the start of Silicon Bullet. Started in March 2000.
Sounds very exciting. Don't meet many people that are into maths. I've got to say, maths is not my strong point at all.
It doesn't mean I'm good at mental arithmetic. Mathematicians are the worst at that. So
you just enjoy the numbers.
Don't expect me to do my times tables. I'll always use a calculator.
Fair enough. So question for you is, why should somebody use you instead of the competition?
So I've always found that the sort of training that I do for people in their accounts and bookkeeping is quite unique. You can go to classroom-based training and learn how the software works, or you can teach yourself. But because over the last 18 years, I've been running my own business, doing my own bookkeeping and teaching people how to use the software. What I've found is that I'm not just teaching people how to use the software and how to use it better, but I'm actually teaching it from the perspective of being a bookkeeper as well. So for about the last 10 years, I've done the books for a few people on top of doing my training work. And it just means that you learn from experience, you teach better because you do. So I've found people have tried classroom-based training and tried other things. And it's just, I sit next to people, I handhold them and I guide them through step by step to help them as they go along. And it seems to work really, really well.
Awesome. That sounds like a pretty good reason to work with you.
Definitely. I'm just a bit distracted. I've noticed my daughter Amy's watching. So, hi, Amy. She left
No pressure.
She left and went away. So I haven't seen her for, was it 3 weeks, 4 weeks now? She's
Oh,
gone off to
bless.
stage school in Cambridge. So
Oh,
left home for
lovely.
the first time.
Oh, bless. Don't get emotional now. You can
Yeah,
do
don't put me
it.
off.
Okay. So when is the next? So we can loop back to For Networking now. When is the
Yeah.
next event or launch? I mean, I know the answer to this, but what's the next big thing coming up?
So the next one on my list is a fantastic launch in Leighton Buzzard.
No way.
Yeah, exactly. And I have this team that are just doing a great job inviting people along. We've got a load of visitors coming. Somebody that might actually be based in Leighton Buzzard as well. Don't
What
know
could
if
that
you
be?
who could they possibly be? We also have a brand new area leader that's only just started this month who's helping to launch the group. And so that's on Tuesday next week at the Dukes in Heath and Reach. So contact Rachel or Dan or me if you want to come along and we can get you booked on to join us. But Duncan has just reminded me there is a little event going on this Friday as well. Just a little one. It's the business networking show in Wolverhampton on Friday. Still tickets available for that as well. So put a message down below if you're interested in that too, and I'm sure Duncan will leap on with that. They're going to do a 4-end networking meeting from 8 till 10, and then I think the networking show goes from, is it 10 till 3? I think, or 10 till 4. And there's loads of great speakers at that event. So that's a really fantastic one to go to as well in Wolverhampton at the racecourse.
Awesome.
And yes, Ben, I'm going. I don't know, are you going, Rachel? Are you heading up to that one?
Unfortunately, I can't make it. I can't get the childcare arrangements in place. And
But
so, but maybe next time.
maybe next year. It's a really good show to go to. I went for the first time last year.
Yeah.
And you will see some great speakers, meet some great people, and it's like a big 4-end reunion. All those people you've met on the forums, you've seen online, that's who you'll get to see.
Oh,
I'm
that was
told
pretty
it's a bit of
awesome.
I'm told it's a bit of a hug fest, so got to prepare for that.
That sounds awesome.
Excellent.
Cool.
Oh, Duncan's confirmed it's 10 till 3 up next this Friday. I'm also going to another event tomorrow, which I know there's also tickets available for, which is Brad Burton's Motivational Day at Aston Villa. And that's another fantastic day of motivational speakers and sort of turning the head on can you remember the blurb, Rachel, what we say? Turning the head on motivational speakers and on support for people. If you're looking for business support. So I'm going to that all day tomorrow as well. So
That's
if you're in
going
the
to be
Midlands,
awesome.
that's going to be awesome too. There's still spaces for that as well. So again, if you're interested in that, put a message below and I can put you in touch with the right people.
Yeah, we should earn a commission for all of this, shouldn't we? We should get a
We
commission for
should.
all the stuff that we're promoting.
We should,
Perfect.
definitely.
Can you tell me, so whether you want to go with Silicon Bullet or talk about 4N, can you tell me about a customer journey and how you and either Silicon Bullet or 4N have helped them?
Okay, I'm going to talk about my business because I get plenty of chance to talk about 4N and other places.
Yeah.
So I have spent the day today with quite a typical customer. So I'll tell you a little bit about them. They're a solicitors firm. They've got offices in Warwick and Coventry. So today I spent the time in their beautiful Coventry office. They've got some fantastic buildings. I put pictures of them on my Facebook page because they're in such a great place. And they were concerned because there's a thing coming in April next year called Making Tax Digital. And that basically means that any company that is VAT registered, that is got turnover over the VAT registration threshold, which is just over 80,000, will need to send their VAT returns in a different way to the HMRC from April next year. So this company were moving from a piece of software that wasn't going to be compliant over to Sage 50. And they needed guiding and taking through how to use the software. So I've been able to supply the Sage 50 software because we're resellers. We've helped them install the software, get it working. And then I'm doing hand-holding sessions with the staff at both of their sites. Today was to show them how it works, and then their financial year starts on the 1st of October. So they've had a bit of a look through, and we've decided between us how we're going to use the software. And then I'm going to go in and see them next week and the week after and actually sit with them with their invoicing, designing how their invoices are going to look, and helping them actually practically use the software and use it properly and apply it to their business. So that's a fairly typical thing, is a small company with maybe 2 or 3 people in the accounts department that need to use all the facilities of the account software. So they might need to use sales order processing, purchase order processing, stock control, stock management, and I can help them do it all effectively in Sage 50.
Sounds like you save people a lot of headaches.
Yeah, I mean, a simple example is even somebody that lives in my village here, who was had got Sage 50, was doing the bookkeeping for their husband's accounts on it, and they only had invoices that could print on headed paper. So they were printing out their invoices on headed paper and putting them in the post and posting them out to people. But more and more of their clients were wanting them emailed. And the only way she knew how to do that was scan the invoices back in, create a PDF, and attach them to emails. It was taking her about 2 days a week to do the invoicing. So I was able to go in and edit a layout design in Sage so that they could basically hit a button and send an email out. None of this printing, scanning, attaching, and all of that. And I saved her, I think it was half a day to a day a week. That made her invoicing much quicker. Yeah. And if you're invoicing quicker, you're getting the money in quicker. So it's much easier. Yeah.
That's a big deal. So what tip would you give yourself from when you were first starting out?
Oh, I don't know, because I think we've been fairly lucky with this business. We've managed to rub along, the two of us, quite well together. We've managed to get our business going without needing any finance or anything else like that. I suppose I would say chill out a bit more and don't feel that you have to work all the time.
Oh, not working all the time. That's really good advice.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely allow yourself to have downtime. Don't feel that just because you run your own business that you have to work 7 days a week
I
and
definitely
into
need
the
to be in
evenings as
that
well.
mindset. Yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you will work
Okay.
much more effectively if you give yourself downtime.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I used to very much be very must be go 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 all the time, and I've been able to kind of step back a little bit and take a bit more time for myself.
Yeah.
Okay, question about you then. What would be your spirit animal?
Oh, this one's just way too difficult for me. Spirit animal. I'm such a numbers and a practical person that spiritual stuff and things like that just doesn't gel with me.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
Okay, what about, do you have a favorite quote?
I have a favorite quote. The other thing that I'm really interested in, even though I'm a numbers girl, is reading and books and book crossing. And my favorite quote is, I've got to see if I can get this right. What is it? Yes, it's the dog one. Outside, oh, it's something like outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside a dog, it's too dark to read. Something like that. I'll find I'll find what it is and post it below later.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's very, very, that's unique. I've not heard that one before.
Yes, yes, yes. Not really an inspirational quote, but it's my favourite.
It's good. It's good. Okay, perfect. In a moment, I'll be asking you guys, the viewers, are going to have a chance to ask questions. If you've got any questions, I haven't seen any come up yet. Please just post them now. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for the questions, Ali, can you give 3 tips, your 3 top tips around bookkeeping for us?
Okay, the first thing is don't stick your head in the sand and delay everything with your bookkeeping. Um, keep copies of invoices, receipts, keep everything, but actually enter it into some kind of organized system straight away. Don't leave your bookkeeping and accounts till just before your tax return needs to be done. It's so much easier if you're going through your bank account to remember what you spent 50 quid on last week than remembering what you spent 50 quid on 15 months ago. You just won't remember. So that's my first tip. Be organized. So a lot of people now receive invoices by PDF. Or have receipts and things. So photograph receipts as you get them on your phone so that you can file them away and keep them. You can keep them filed in months on your machine, so then it's really easy to find them and match them when you are doing your bookkeeping. And don't be afraid to, when you've received an invoice from someone, to rename it and name it something that you're going to find useful later. So whether you're doing your bookkeeping yourself and you're looking for something, or whether you're passing it to someone else to do, then keep your things organized that way. And the last thing is try and use a separate bank account for all your spending and all your money to do with your business. So it doesn't have to be a business bank account. You know, banks falling over themselves these days quite often to give you bank accounts. It can be a second personal one, but put all your business expenses through a separate credit card or a separate bank account if you can, because then it's much easier to track and not to miss what your business spending is and what your personal spending is. So that's my 3 top tips.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Do you have any? So that's it. That's all. That's all of our questions for this evening. Do you have any closing comments or remarks that you would like to make? I haven't got any questions through, although Duncan did suggest that you should have just picked a bird that can sing as your spirit animal.
Okay, so I need to either speak. I think maybe I'd pick a robin then. I really like a robin. So yeah, that's going to be my spirit animal from now on.
I thought you might pick a bird. I thought a bird would go quite well. Canary.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up? Wrap it up.
I was going to say, Ben's saying he's guilty of all our tips there as well, isn't he? So and Ben was also saying, are any of us going to 4N Walsall in the evening tomorrow? And that's another meeting that I'm going to. So not sure if there are any spaces left on that. So we could actually go for networking mad in Birmingham and Wolverhampton this weekend. Sorry, not this weekend. Next 2 days. It's going to feel like a weekend. I'm going to come home and need to have a good rest after I get back.
I can imagine. Awesome, fantastic. Well, thank you once again, Ali, for joining me on this edition of Quiz Your Biz. Tune in next time on, I believe today is Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll tune in next time on Friday for the next show, which is going to be Jacob. Will be being interviewed by Dan, who's whispering at me in the corner. So Dan's going to be interviewing our lovely Jacob about his business, and that'll be on Friday. For all editions and to find out more, visit quizyourbiz.com or follow the link in the description. And that is it from us today. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, Ali.
Thank you very much. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Awesome. See you then. Bye.
Bye.